So I am cooking here, and as you can see, she's been creeping up on me. She moved from over there to over here to head on my lap, and now she... Welcome back, everyone. Friar Tuck here. This is my epoch. Okay, so I am under a bridge, so it's going to be a little bit louder than usual. We are hunkering down for a major rainstorm, and I can't set up my tent or a tarp or anything else like that just because of being in the city. We're kind of running a little bit low on resources because Sam ended up costing me $10 yesterday. It fell out of my pocket because she was yanking around and I couldn't. Yeah. Anyways, so now we're a little bit short on resources that would have allowed us to work for the next couple days while we hunkered down for this rainstorm, because it's supposed to last for about 24 hours. I mean, it's not a hurricane, but I guess they call it a tropical depression or something like that, and it's going to get really bad. But what I'm going to be talking about in today's video is what gear do I use and what do I use on a regular basis, okay? What gear do I find to be valuable? What gear, if you were to be bugging out, or if you had to be in transit some way, shape, or form, how would you go through that process of of choosing what gear to have, what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that. Now, I've done part of this over on my hobo tutorials, and I've given a little bit more in depth. So if you're a Patreon member, I'll be covering some of the same stuff, but I'm going to be simplifying it even more than what I did over there on Patreon. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, one other thing, if you were, considering that, you might end up being homeless, or you need some homeless tips, or, bug out tips or whatever, I have a playlist. It's called Homeless How-Tos. And you should definitely watch that content, because that goes over all the little nuances of what it's really like to be out here, the day-to-day stuff that you can't really anticipate, but it would be good for you to prepare on. Okay, so first most important piece of gear next to my sleeping bag, which you guys know I have an Ozark Trail 30-degree comfort, which means it goes down to about 5 degrees critical, and I have that. It's not as durable as I would like it to be, but I think part of it had to do with the dog. And today I'm probably going to patch it while I'm uploading this video, because Jeremy, when he sent that care package, sent me some patches, and I'm going to use that to see if that fixes my sleeping bag. The next thing that you're going to want is you're going to want something like soft to sleep on. So if you're not using a hammock, and so here's the thing, some places you can use a hammock, some places you can use a tent, and some places you just gotta sleep under the stars. So how do you get your gear together so that it will allow you to be versatile based upon the terrain and the environment that you're in? Because if you're on trail and you're above, what was it called, the tree line, well, you can't put up a hammock. You better have a tent, or you're sleeping under the stars if you don't have a tent. There are places like being here in the city, because I'm having to travel through the city or hunker down here for resources. I can't set up a tent because it's illegal, and there's no place to be able to set up a hammock. So I have a little sleeping pad that I got from Walmart. They used to have the $10 ones, but apparently now you can't buy one for less than $20. So this one, well, for less than $15, because this one was about $18. Okay, they're not going to last you long, maybe 3 months, 6 months tops, and then you're going to have to replace them. So don't spend a lot of money on a sleeping pad. Okay, and so another thing that I do is, so I have a poncho. Okay, and this poncho, I can put it over my pack, or it comes with its own rain cover. Okay, but and so therefore I can actually put it on over me and put my rain cover on my backpack. I can put that, and put my backpack tarp over it as well, or the rain cover. Okay, so I have those options, but also when I'm laying on the ground to kind of protect my pad, and for the dog and for me and everything else like that, I put it down as a little mini ground cover or a footprint tarp. Okay, because it's not it's good enough to keep the moisture out and stuff like that, but like you don't use your poncho on a regular basis unless you use it the way that I'm doing it. And I'm trying to get the most use out of it. Otherwise, I would probably rarely, if ever, use it because I always manage to get undercover for rain whenever it comes. Okay, rain is probably one of the most one of the worst things that you have to worry about because it warms up, it cools down, but it's always raining. Okay, it rains no matter what season it is, so on and so forth. Okay, so having a good poncho. So you guys have seen pictures of my poncho. I spent about $20 for it on Amazon. If you go down in the affiliate links down below, you'll be able to see some of this gear. But I've been buying my replacement gear from Walmart, so some of that gear may not be down there. But I'm telling you what I bought from Walmart, which is a sleeping pad. Now the poncho I bought from Amazon, the backpack, the Teton, the 75 liter. Now with a dog, that's because I'm feeling like I need to move up to a 90 liter, and because I'm running out of space, because I have to have a coat. If I'm, I can't just have a coat, for 6 months out of the year and then ditch my coat for 6 months and replace it. Because, I just got myself a really nice jean coat, and the last thing I want to do is get rid of it. It's going to be durable, and it's going to be able to last me for a while, and it's got fleece on the inside. And so, that's something that I have as well. So you guys also know in Cincinnati, I picked up the emergency blanket taped to the tarp that I can use as a cover. Now, when it gets really cold, because it's supposed to be getting into the 30s here pretty soon, my sleeping bag will be fine in that temperature. But for Sam, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put that underneath the ground cover that I use, the poncho, and then that way it acts as extra warmth as I cover up in her blankets. She now has 2 blankets. She did have one. I got to figure out how to downsize it, but I know that we got some 30-degree temperatures coming, and so I wanted to make sure to have some extra cover for her as well. Okay, so I mean that's a lot of my sleeping gear. So I got a sleeping pad from Walmart. I've got the Ozark Trail sleeping bag from Walmart. So I mean, all in all, that costs about $50. I also bought an Ozark Trail backpacking tent, which cost me another $30. I didn't have the $50 for the 2-man tent. The dog and I fit in there. It's kind of snug, but she likes to cuddle, and on a cold night, that actually will work in our favor. Okay, and so I have that as well. Let's see. I bought the Ozark Trail cook kit. So this is the skillet with everything in it, and I don't know what happened. Oh wait, no, the plate's on the inside of it too. So it comes with a little plate. Now you do have to buy your utensils separately, which for like $1.30 something you can have it, and it comes with plastic fork, knife, and spoon. So that you can use it, and quite frankly, that's been pretty handy, and I can cook with it as well. And so also getting into cooking, so I have the Ozark Trail, the $10 cook kit. It comes with a plate, it comes with a cup, which I should probably be using this as a measuring cup for it's 1 cup. So I should be using that. It comes with a plate, it comes with the skillet, it comes with the pot, and it comes with a lid. So I think it's like 5 pieces. Okay, and so I have that. I also have, as you guys can see here, see there, that is my twig burner. Okay, so that twig burner, so I can also use alcohol in it. Now at Walmart they sell these. Here, let me show you. At Walmart they sell these, okay, but this actually comes with the little thing to be able to just be able to put it in there and just burn it that way. And so I haven't gotten to use this part yet, but it will work in a pinch. And then for when I use the twig part, that's what this is for, is it actually has a little catcher so that it keeps it off of the ground, and it lets the ashes drop down, and it gives you kind of a controlled burn underneath it, so that it heats up the grass that's underneath it and kind of burns a little char there, so you don't have to worry about the fire spreading later on. Now, it does take a couple hours for it to cool down unless you use water, I have had to use that once just in a pinch as well. So let's see here. So I've covered my cooking stuff, my sleeping stuff, the dog stuff, my backpack, and I have a change of clothes that I wear and a change of clothes that I save in for washing. Okay. Plus I have a thermal, and let's see, what else do I have? I have a thermal, plus my electronics. So this was recently sent to me. I would recommend getting yourself a good power block. The power block is going to be important, whether you do GPS or whatever it be. The power block is going to be essential. I actually have a second one around here somewhere. Okay. Now, another thing that you're going to have to worry about is your shoes are not going to last you more than 2-3 months at a time. And that's if you buy quality shoes. You're going to be putting a lot of miles on your shoes. So be prepared to replace your shoes or find good quality shoes. Now, you could do boots, but I'm going to tell you, with boots, they're heavy. And I mean, when you're carrying a pack and then having to spend that extra muscle strength to lift your legs on top of it, you're going to wear your legs out much quicker. You want to be able to have lighter shoes if you've got a heavy pack on. And right now, this thing's probably sitting about 65 pounds. This thing weighs as much, if not more, than the dog. And a lot of it has to do with carrying her food, and her toys and her sleeping gear. And then I got my sleeping gear, which basically what she gets is she gets 2 blankets. She gets the Wooby that I had that I would have gotten rid of, and then she also has the new fleece blanket that I got her just so that I have a second blanket for her. And then she has also got her doggy saddlebags, which is where she carries her food. But sometimes I take that off her and I just put it in my pack. It frees up a little bit of room and takes a couple of pounds off. But it's the canned foods that are really like heavy, because they're like a pound a piece or something like that. They're not cheap. Oh, and then I've also got her dog bowl, along with her treats and her toys. And so I carry all of that with it. And one other thing with this cook kit, because it is down in the description as far as the affiliate links, it also comes with a grill. So if you want to like grill chicken or something like that, you can do it that way versus using a skillet, or if you want to use a steak or whatever. So you do have the barbecue option with this thing as well. So, but anyways, guys, this is everything. I'm going to show you some footage that I took, and so that way you can kind of see a little bit of what it looks like and kind of how our setup is. It is a little messy because we're kind of hunkering down here for 24 hours, so I've kind of let my bag out. And so this is what I have to pack up every morning when we leave camp, and this is what I got to unpack every day. And you need to get, when folding up, let me give you 2 pieces of advice before I close this video out. When you get a tent, pay attention to how it's folded up, because that's how you're going to fold it and put it back in. A lot of people just unravel it and not realize that, oh crap, it has, it folds. That's what its creases are for. Use it, pay attention to it. It will make your life so much easier if you pay attention to how it's folded up. That way you can fold it up when you get there. Second thing is, when it comes to weight and when it comes to stuff, when you reach a point where it's like, okay, I think I got everything I need, start looking at downsizing and what it is that you really don't need, that you thought you needed, that's just kind of there and taking up space. But, also look at the practicality of it as well, because your gear should be constantly flowing and constantly moving, because it just, you're constantly replacing it, one, but two, the terrain, the environment, the needs are changing on a regular basis. Sometimes you need this, but you may only need it for a month out of the year. And so why carry it? Just grab it for the month and then give it to a home bum or something like that. But anyways, enjoy the extra footage. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Come on over to Patreon or leave me a tip down in the tip jar. Thanks for watching.